and harsh chemicals, and the walls are lined from ceiling to floor with stoppered jars, each one filled with a brightly colored powder, liquid, or gas. And here's a picture of this place. Oh, look!
Lovely place.
He looks happy.
Oh, totally. He's just like, yeah, I love being an experiment. Woo!
God, this liquid feels so good! Or it's more like, oh, it's in my ear.
I have water in my ear and I can't get it out.
On one workbench, a curious arrow-shaped rod is suspended in a field of electrical energy. The crackling fire arcs between two vertical plates of metal, making the arrow glow with a strange phosphorescent light. You take a closer look and see that a lever protruding from the bench itself controls the flow of power. Then you notice that behind the bench there is another door. If you wish to take a closer look at the rod, or if you wish to just examine the door.
Let's just examine the door.
Okay.
Oh, no!
The door is not locked, and beyond it you discover another hall equally as impressive as the laboratory. It is the Imperial Armory and is filled with row upon row of fearsome weapons. If you have the black cube, no, you don't.
No.
You walk through the armory and past an arsenal of fiendish devices that have yet to be unleashed on the Allied armies of the Freeland, but are destined soon to be shipped to the battlefront to speed Nag's conquest of Magnamund. A passage at the far end of the hall takes you past a barracks-like room where Nadziranim sorcerers are busily engaged in the testing of new psychic weapons upon a group of gray-skinned slaves. Mindless Grolith from the swamps of Tadidzik. Does he really try to name these so that you can't pronounce them?
I think so.
Their pitiful screams of agony make your blood run cold, yet you dare not to intervene to prevent their torture, for fear of jeopardizing your mission. Hurriedly, you climb the staircase that emerges at the foot of the monstrous tower, as black as death itself. Two fireballs split open the rolling black clouds, and in their brilliance of their explosions, you see a huge metallic flag flying from the tower's crystal spire. It is emblazoned with the emblem of Dark Lord Nag, and at once you know that you have found what you are looking for, the Tower of the Damned. And here is the Tower of the Damned.
Looks like a wonderful place.
Yes, I might.
Doesn't look all that damned.
I could get like a summer home around
Okay, but
there,
we've
maybe.
reached this point now. This is good.
I hear the
I was
penthouse
afraid we'd never find this tower.
I hear the penthouse is marvelous.
Jeez. Well, not as good as the presidential suite. Alright.
As your eyes move down the tower, you notice a large oval platform jutting out from the black steel wall. Perched on the platform is an Imperial's land beast, similar to the one that bore you to Arnak. It, too, bears Nag's sign, branded deep in its leathery hide. Its presence suggests that its master is in residence, and as you cross the courtyard and walk towards the door, your senses tingle in anticipation of the confrontation that awaits you within. Excuse me. As you climb the steps that lead to the door, it slides open to reveal the outline of a guard silhouetted against a background of scarlet fire. In a claw-tipped hand, he holds several slivers of crystal, each a different color, and as you reach the top of the steps, he draws a silvery gray one and points it at your face. State your name, minion of Ganesh, he commands, or be gone from the Tower of the Damned. You sense that the guard does not suspect you of being an imposter. He is merely performing a routine check on all who visit the tower. To have come this far into the Imperial sector, I almost dropped my keyboard, means that you have passed through several checkpoints already, so the guard does not regard you as a threat to his master's safety. In order to be allowed to pass, you must state the name of the Liganerm whose identity and robe you are using as a disguise.
It's Kagath.
Yeah. Look at that. I'm curious, do you think you would have remembered if we hadn't have gone back and done the...
I might have, because he did call us
would've.
that a few times, and it was a very unique name. There's no way of knowing, though.
The crystal shard emanates a tinkling bell-like sound, and the guard moves aside to allow you to enter the Tower of the Damned. He points to a column of bright blue light descending from the darkness above and tells you to step into the shimmering rays. You hesitate, and he laughs mockingly at your indecision. Go on, step in. It's quicker than climbing the stairs. Your Kai senses tell you that the column is a beam of partial gravity, a transportation device that will draw you up slowly towards the top of the tower. You step into the light and feel yourself rising. Minutes later, the sensation stops as you step from the beam into a huge domed chamber. The polished walls and floor glisten like the mirrored surfaces of a black lake. The aura of evil hangs everywhere like a thick mist. It closes your throat and threatens to suffocate you. Your heart pounds loudly as you move towards the dais at the center of the chamber, where a machine rests that matches the description of the transfuser that Lord Rimora gave you before leaving Turan. You reach for your backpack, but before you can lift your robe and unshoulder it, the chamber is filled with a roaring growl. What brings you here, vermin of Ganesh? It is the voice of the Dark Lord Tactol. From the shadows of an archway, he slithers towards the dais, his smooth, ice-white head swaying upon a fur-covered snake body, riddled with disease. Your stomach turns as you watch a muzzle descend from his face and split open to reveal rows of razor-sharp fangs. Seemingly, you are a lowly follower of his hated rival, Dark Lord Ganesh, and you know that if you are to survive, you must answer his command convincingly. If you wish to tell him that you want to defect from Ganesh's service, or if you wish to tell him you have secret information that could destroy Ganesh.
I think, well, I was thinking about this, and I think we're going to go with the second one, because it's one thing to say, oh, hey, I want to defect and be your guy, but it's another thing to defect and give him a weapon. You know, give him a reason why.
That is true.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Suddenly, and without warning, the Dark Lord emanates a horrid screech that fills your head with a terrible stabbing pain. Your mind is under attack from a powerful wave of psychic energy that is capable of destroying your free will. If you possess the Magna discipline of Saya Screen and have reached the rank of Kai or more. Yes, I have.
Sweet.
Drawing your considerable psychic powers, you raise a shield to deflect the energies that are assaulting your mind. Tactol shrieks with anger and surprise as he senses that you are not what you appear to be. He has seen through your disguise, and your true identity shakes him to the core.
Uh-oh.
You know that if you are to destroy this powerful enemy, you must strike quickly and effectively before he has the chance to retaliate. If you have the Summer Sword and wish to unsheath it, if you possess the Dagger of Vashna or the Sword of Helge, if you have the bow... If you have a bow and a Zajir Dulgar arrow. Oh, I think that's that arrow you could have examined.
Yeah.
Or if you have none of these items. Okay, here's the deal. Unleashing the Summer Sword is going to let everyone know you're there, but you're at your objective. Or you can use the Dagger of Vashna or the other one.
You know what? We're at the objective. We gotta go for the head, and there's no way to kill this guy faster than with the Summer Sword.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's do it. The moment you unsheath the Summer Sword, it radiates such a godly power that every creature in Helged... Oh, God. In Helged is alerted to your presence within minutes. You are surrounded by...
Okay, everybody. Alright, I didn't realize it was that bright.
Whoops. So, Vashna...
let's use the... what does the Dagger of Vashna do specifically? Does it give us any bonuses?
I think it's just the ability to kill him. So we won't have the bonuses, or we can use the Dark Lord Sword. So
that gives us the... But we're going to use either of those. Yeah.
Right. We'll use one of those two, and let's see what his combat skill is before we decide.
Okay.
Wielding a weapon of the Dark Lords, you strike Tactol a grievous blow that wounds him deeply, shrieking an unearthly cry of pain. He retreats from the transfuser and unhooks a mace carved in a solid chunk of black crystal from a chain around his protrusive neck. He raises it. As he raises it, you move forward to strike again. All right, he's got a combat skill of 36 and an endurance of 40. I think we could just use
dagger.
Well, okay, actually, it might be better to, because he's got a combat skill of 36 and an endurance of 40. So he has more endurance than us, and we would be at an even
fight.
Now,
can we switch weapons halfway through the fight or no?
Generally.
No.
My thought to that is, normally I would say no because it takes too much time, but we have Hump Mastery, which repeatedly states that you have very quick reflexes, and, like, for example, if you're ambushed and you have Hump Mastery, you don't suffer a penalty because you can get your weapon out in time. So I would almost think that, if you have Hump Mastery, you can switch weapons quickly.
Okay.
But it doesn't actually say it, so...
This sounds kind of weird, but let's use the sword that takes out our.
Right. I was actually going to kind of agree with you because the +5 to the combat skill ratio is probably better than the -1 we'd lose.
I thought it gave us a +7, not a
No,
+5.
+5. Wait. Oh, you're right. Didn't it say +7 against Dark Lords of Helgadad? You're right. I forgot about that.
And he's Dark
then,
Lord.
Then it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. So we're at 25, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely worth it then, because then we're at
Yeah.
a sizable advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. He's at 26. We're at 41. He's at 16. We're at 39. So that's 1. He's at 2. We took no damage, so that's 2.
Mhm.
He's dead. It took 3 rounds, so we lose another 3 points. So instead of 36, we're at 33. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good call there.
Thank you.
All right. If you win combat, as you strike the killing blow that punctures Tektal's heart, he shrieks and convulses like a thrashing snake before collapsing at the edge of the dais. A foul black gas hisses from the gaping wound. Too bad we couldn't dual wield, the dagger and the sword. Gaping wound in his body fades rapidly until all that is left is a dull gray stain upon the shiny black steel floor. Ganesh will be proud of you, comes a voice from the shadows, full of malevolence. It is a sound that strikes terror into your heart, for instantly you recognize the rasping tone of your most hated foe, Justin Bieber. I mean, the Dark Lord Nag. Sorry, it's...
Oh my.
The
Archlord
Archlord
of the
Darklands.
Darklands.
And you have a picture of him here?
Yeah.
Is that a picture of him here?
Oh god, look at that. It looks like such a winner.
Doesn't it?
Looks like a freaking praying mantis.
I want to flick one of those. I bet it would hurt. Ow! Stop that!
Let's see if that's a special attack.
You spin around and see the ghastly form of the Dark Lord Nag emerge from the shadowy archway. His composite eye is glittering evilly. You stiffen at his approach, your muscles locked like coiled springs. Your whole life struggle is concentrated into this moment. At last, the time has come to avenge the Kai and rid your world of these evil masters of darkness forever. You feel the transformation taking place deep within you, a growing strength and sharpness of mind. It breathes new life into your battle-weary body and fills you with a certain knowledge that your destiny is about to be fulfilled.
Nice.
Return your endurance to its original level.
Nice. Adrenaline rush.
Yay!
AKA, you're gonna need this, boy.
The chamber echoes to a loud, rasping snarl, full of anger and fear as Nag becomes aware of your true identity. You move forward confident in your strength, but before you can attack, Nag fades from sight, and a shimmering haze rises from the floor. A mist draws into focus, and an eerie cadence, like a distant scream, fills your ears. The phantom mist crystallizes in the shape of a winged beast with glowing ghost eyes. It opens its fang-filled mouth, and your mind screams in alarm.
Oh dear.
You have the Magnified Discipline of Divination.
Thank goodness.
Your senses warn you that this creature has been summoning Nag's defense. Its ghostly body is growing stronger every second, and you realize quickly that it is feeding on your fear. Drawing on your psychic reserves, you try to erect a mental barrier to prevent the psychic parasite from gorging on your fears. Pick a number on the random number table. If you've completed the lower circle of spirit, add 5 to the number you've picked. We do have the lower circle of spirit.
Okay.
And... oh.
God damn
screw
you. Alright, let's see what happens.
You are in combat with a powerful spirit creature summoned by the Dark Lord Nag from the plane of darkness. You fight to suppress your fear by feeding upon it. The creature is growing stronger and stronger. Endurance 30. Combat skill 30, endurance 36. This supernatural being is especially susceptible to psychic attack. Double all bonuses that you would normally receive if you choose to use either Mind Blast or Psi Surge. Good. So we could use Mind Blast for 4.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right,
for sure.
And,
now, can we... Now, it doesn't ask us what weapon we want to use. Is it assuming we're using the same one?
No, you can change weapons at this point. I mean, you've had time, obviously, to...
But here's the thing. The second we unleashed the Summer Sword, everything new about us, right?
Yeah. So not using the Summer Sword, I would assume.
No.
But we already have a combat skill 36, and add 4 onto that. We're going to have a plus 10 advantage.
Okay, so we just assume we're
Just
using,
use it.
say, the dagger or
Right, or
a regular weapon.
whatnot.
Okay.
So we're going to add 22. And it's got a combat skill of 30... 36. Really? This is what he sends to defend himself? I'm almost insulted.
Well, he's just weakening us.
Wow.
Wow.
He's dead.
One hit.
Whipped his butt.
Nice, I like that.
Ba-boom. Well, like I said, once you get high enough on the combat ratio, you start getting instant kills if you roll high enough.
Nice.
As you strike the blow that seals the creature's doom, and also happens to be your first blow, it disappears, leaving no trace whatsoever. Wow, that's gonna piss Nag off. Go get him! Oh, come on! Nag roars his anger and lopes awkwardly towards the transfuser, desperate to recall his fellow Dark Lords to the Black City. You block his path and feel an eerie force, a tingling electric coldness pass between you. With an unholy scream, Dark Lord Nag unsheathes his sword, Nadezgarda, and prepares to engage you in a battle that will determine the destiny of Magnamund.
Oh my.
If you possess the Summer Sword.
Yeah, I got it. We gotta use the Summer Sword.
Okay, we gotta do it at some point. I mean, this is the destiny of Magnamund here.
Yeah.
Watch this like you die. Ah, son of a...
This game hates you.
Unsheath the Summer Sword, and the shadowy chamber is flooded with a blinding golden light, as if a sun has flared into being beneath the black dome. The steel walls vibrate, then buckle beneath the onslaught of pure energy that is radiating from the sword's blade. Nice. Until now, the power of the Sun Sword has been held in check, supposedly. Locked and subdued within its divinely crafted blade. Even the surge of power that destroyed the Dark Lord Zaganara at the walls of Holmgard was but a candle flicker compared to the searing radiance that is now pouring from its tip.
Nice.
Wait, we don't even get to fight him? For an instant, you see panic blaze madly in Nag's fly-like eyes before he is consumed by the power of the Summer Sword and vaporized into sightless atoms.
Nice.
With a cry of victory, you sheath the Sun Sword and stare at the place where only seconds before your archenemy confronted you. I don't think it'd be a cry of victory. It'd be more like a, huh.
Oh.
I didn't see that coming.
So that's... Well, the fight was getting there, really.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Good job. Good job.
I love how I'm just like, we'll use this weapon sparingly. In every single fight, I'm like, unsheath the sword.
We shouldn't use this except now. And now. And now. I'm curious to see what his combat skill would have been with,
Okay.
50. Endurance 70.
Wow.
Now, but you would have had a 12 to your combat skill because of who you were fighting. But still, an enormous fight or an instant win.
I like instant win.
And if you didn't have either, you're dead. So,
That
you know what,
makes
though? That we deserve it. I swear.
I
Book 9,
yeah.
Book 11, every time you pull out the Summer Sword, it is punishing you. So finally. Only a circle of fire-scorched steel marks the spot where Dark Lord Nag finally met his doom. You look upon this patch of twisted metal and your spirits soar with the realization that you have defeated your arch-enemy in mortal combat! And committed a fatality to boot. But your mission is yet to be completed. Quickly, you remove the crystal explosive from your backpack and approach the transfuser. You place it in position next to the shaft connected to a lake of blood from which the device draws its power. Once the crystal is primed, you hurry out of the chamber through the archway by which Nag entered. Guided by your instincts, you find your way around the tower to the oval landing platform and to the means of escape from the Black City which awaits you there. Nag's Imperial's land beast.
Oh.
You are high above the city, steering the reluctant land beast eastward to Arnak when the crystal detonates. Within moments, it starts a chain reaction which destroys the transfusion and reduces Helgadad to a fiery holocaust of shattered granite and twisted steel, and brings about the rapid demise of the Dark Lords and their armies scattered throughout Magnamund. Your victory is total. At last you have fulfilled your destiny to avenge the Kai and rid your land of the evil that has threatened here for thousands of years. You return to Summerlund, a conquering hero, and, as a Kai Grand Master, you begin the task of restoring the Kai to their former glory. The chronicle of your struggle against the Dark Lords will pass into legend, inspiring future generations of Kai warriors to keep alive your ideals of bravery, skill, and selfless courage. Yet the saga that is the story of your life does not end here. In future times, the chronicles will tell of your adventures of the adventures you undertook during your Kai Grand Mastership. Until the time comes for their telling, may the gods Aesir and Kai watch over you, Grand Master Lone Wolf, hero and savior of Summerland.
Nice.
Yay, victory!
Wow, that's fantastic. I was about to say, the chronicle of your struggle against the Dark Lords will pass into legend, except for the parts that we skipped over, because he kept blowing his cover.
Well, the bards will enact some creative editing, I think.
Exactly. Well, that was amazing.
So good job, my friend. We only died a couple of times.
Only a few times.
And that thus concludes the Magna series, which is, I think, probably my favorite overall section or saga, because it feels so much better. Because since book 6, you've been working towards this, getting the lore stones, fighting the war, trying to get home, and the next one's the Grand Kai lords. While they do connect somewhat, you'll face people that you saw in previous books. Each adventure is kind of like its own separate thing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
this was the culmination of everything you trained for.
Right. I mean, really, everything since book 1 has been leading up to this moment. But that aside, I am really, really excited because the Grand Kai books themselves are my favorite individual books. Each individual adventure is better than any individual adventure of these series. So, except maybe this one. I mean, this book's really good. So, all right, folks, then we shall see you in the Plague Lords of Rule.